Hey guys, welcome back to the movie summary. Beginning of the movie, we see a man named Wayne. He was sitting at home watching a TV show called Neil Diamond. He talks about himself and his friends Darren and JD. They have been best friends since 5th grade. JD used to get low marks in school. Darren was very romantic since childhood. So far he has not found a single girl. The three of them remained best friends even after going to high school. Darren had a crush on a girl named Sandy in high school. Knowing this, the coach used to prevent the boys from meeting with the girls. Now we are adults. Wayne says that our behavior has also changed. JD is now working as an assistant manager in Subway. Darren works as a social director in a retirement home. Now I have started a wild animal catching business from People House. But Wayne says there is a lot of risk involved. However, the three of us have one thing in common. We are big fans of Neil Diamond. Inspired by him, we started our own band. While doing the show, a girl comes and enjoys the music. Darren is very attracted to that girl. After the show, Darren goes to talk to the girl. But the girl already has a boyfriend. Then the three of them go to eat food in a restaurant. Darren says this girl also rejected me. There is not a single girl in this world for me. He says that the girl I loved so much has also left me. That girl's name is Sandy. Her family works in the circus company. Before Darren told his love to Sandy, the girl left the town. Just then a beautiful girl comes into that restaurant. Her name is Judith. Wayne says to Darren, you should go and talk to that girl. But Darren won't go. Then Wayne goes to Judith and talks about Darren. Judith says to Wayne that I don't want to talk to your friend. Wayne comes to Darren and lies that the girl wants to talk to you. Darren then approaches Judith and talks. Then she said, I don't want to talk with you. Your friend lied to you. Hearing this, Darren leaves his beer bottle on Judith's table and goes to his friends. Then a man approaches Judith and flirts. After a while, Darren comes there to take his beer bottle. Judith lies that Darren is my boyfriend to get rid of the man. Then the man leaves from there. Darren says, my friend lied to me, that's why I bother you. He tells Judith that he is sorry for bothering. After hearing this, the girl starts liking Darren. She tells him that my name is Judith. Both of them keep talking. In the next scene we see Judith and Darren in a room after 6 days. Both of them are in a relationship. Darren tries to romance her. Later they both make private time together. A few days later, Darren comes to Wayne's house with Judith. Because he wants to introduce Judith to his friends. Judith does not like their living style at all. She lives a modern life. JD accidentally spills a drink on Judith. Then she gets very angry. She takes Darren and leaves. Judith tells Darren that if you are with your friends, I will not be with you. Hearing this, Darren says okay and leaves his band. JD and Wayne tells Darren that Judith is not suits you. But he ignores their words. After that, Wayne and JD approach Judith. She tells them that Darren is now my pet dog. I am its owner. One day these three are sitting in a restaurant. Just then Sandy comes there. Darren hugs Sandy happily. Sandy talks to them and leaves. Then Wayne says, Darren, Sandy came back into your life. You should date this girl. Darren says that I love only Judith and leaves. One day Judith and Darren have an engagement party at Darren's house. Wayne and JD were not invited to that party. So both of them spoiled the party. They plan to kidnap Judith. When Darren is not in home, they go into the house to kidnap Judith. Judith gets scared and attacks them. However, they somehow kidnap Judith. After a while Darren comes home. There is a letter in the bedroom. In it, I am leaving you. Actually Wayne wrote this letter. But Darren thinks Judith wrote it. Wayne and JD hold Judith captive in the storeroom. They wear cartoon costumes and give food to Judith. Judith does not know who kidnapped her. Next day Wayne meets Sandy. He says, can you spend time with Darren? Then Sandy tells, I fell in love with a boy when I was in the circus. He died. So I want to become a nun on Sunday. Then Wayne says, you can meet Darren before you become a nun. Sandy says okay to that. Darren is still thinking about Judith. Wayne decides to get Judith out of Darren's mind. So he creates that Judith is dead. That news comes on TV. Darren is shocked to see the news. On the other hand, Judith knows that Wayne and JD kidnapped her. Then they don't know what to do. So they go to meet their coach in prison to get some good advice. Coach tells them that you both should kill Judith. So you won't have any problem. Meanwhile, Wayne and JD go to kill Judith. But they can't kill her. Then Wayne goes to Darren and says Sandy wants to meet you. Later he goes to meet Sandy. There they both talk for a long time. Darren is attracted to Sandy. On the other hand, Judith talks JD and runs away. But outside, Wayne shoots her with a drugged gun. Hence she loses consciousness. Again, Wayne locks her in the room. Darren and Sandy are dating. Wayne goes to give food to Judith. He asks her, why did you love Darren? To that, Judith says, I loved a boxer. But he died while boxing. So I decided to love a sensitive and innocent boy. That's why I loves Darren. Also says, you are a brave and strong guy. Kidnapping someone is very difficult. But you kidnapped me. Later she attracts Wayne. After that they both kiss. Just then Wayne Coach comes home. Coach realizes they haven't killed Judith yet. Then they go to kill her. Judith then runs away and goes to Darren's house. Darren and Sandy are having a romance there. Darren is shocked to see Judith. He tells her, I saw the news that you died. But you are alive. How did it happen? Judith says, your friends did all this. Then Darren gets emotional. Sandy leaves after seeing all this. Just then Wayne and JD come there. Darren beats them. Later the police come and arrest Wayne and JD. A few days later Darren comes to meet them. He tells them that I am going to marry Judith tomorrow. Wayne says, you don't do this. But Darren ignores their words. Wayne asks his coach for help. Coach breaks the jail and takes them away. They bring Sandy with them from the church. Moreover, Neil Diamond is also kidnapped from a show. They tells Neil that our friend Darren loves with Sandy. But he is going to marry another girl. After that Neil sings near the wedding place. Darren is very happy to see Sandy. He leaves Judith and hugs Sandy. Judith is shocked. Wayne comes there. Judith scolds and beats him that all this happened because of you. Their quarrel turns into love. Later they both kiss. In the ending of the movie, Judith gets married to Wayne and Sandy gets married to Darren. This is how this movie ends. 99% people watch my videos without subscribing. I am working hard to make these videos. My humble request to subscribe my channel to grow.